Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I, as always, am Grestar, and this is another reaction to Death Battle, Hulk vs. Broly. So of course, make sure to click the link in the description below to go to the official release first. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Watch that there, then come back here and we'll watch it together. So yes, Hulk vs. Broly, the season finale of whatever season this is. Is it 7? Is it 8? I don't know, but we're there. We finally made it. So I have never seen up to the point of Dragon Ball Z where Broly was introduced. I mean, I feel like I thought this, and I think it was confirmed in the comments, that in Z, he was only ever introduced in the movies, and I don't know, people didn't love him, but he came back in Super, and he's different in Super, and he's better, both in terms of power and as a character, so that's a thing. And like, here's where I'm currently standing in terms of this fight. Also, I stayed up until 6:30 in the morning playing House Flippers, so I'm sorry, I'm tired. But here's where I'm currently standing with this fight. If they take most of the feats from Dragon Ball Z Broly, then I think that Hulk will win. If they take most of the feats from Dragon Ball Super Broly, then I think it's more up in the air, just as far as I'm aware of things. Because I think that Hulk would be more powerful than Z Broly, but I don't know what Broly was able to do in Super, you know? But just considering the other characters in Super, you know, when you're dealing with, I think, minimum, like, you know, Super Saiyan God, right? Like, that seems pretty powerful, because wasn't it Super Saiyan God Goku that was fighting Beerus? And, you know, not to say that, like, Beerus is equivalent to Broly or the other way around, but just, you know, we knew that Super Saiyan God Goku was really powerful. So if Broly's equal to that, that's... But you know what I mean? So I'm definitely gonna have to wait to see the analyses for these two characters to actually know what they're capable of and try to come to a comparison. But I just wanted to let you guys know that right now, or let you all know, excuse me, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm leaning toward Hulk winning this one, but that's based off of basically no evidence. So with that, let's get to watching. Play. So here we go for another death battle, Hulk versus Broly.
As primal as the ground we walk
Hey,
on and the air we breathe,
Gumball.
anger can keep
I didn't know
us
there was a
alive
Super Saiyan
or
moment.
doom us forever.
And then Simpsons Hulk, of course.
Note, let's jump into our season finale.
Yeah.
First up is the Incredible Hulk.
I didn't hear at all what
Marvel's
was saying.
World-breaking machine.
Then there's Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball.
Well, that picture looks like
He's
Super
whiz
to me.
and Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Someone actually, I'm pretty sure at least, I mean, a couple people probably
Young Bruce
told me
Banner
which
was a
Broly
genius
we were
and the
dealing
son
with,
of
but I
nuclear
forget.
physicist Brian Banner.
Who was just the absolute shittiest dad ever.
Oh.
Complete with mom murdering and super baby slapping.
Wow.
Actually pretty distraught. Bruce's trauma due to parental abuse internalized itself as a second personality, an angry, childlike brute that just wanted to be left alone.
Even with that angry shadow in his head, Bruce
I'm sure
grew
I
up
knew
to be
this
a
from the
leader
last
in
time
study
Hulk was
of
in
gamma
this, in
radiation.
Death Battle, but I
So
forgot.
like a total nerd who probably got beat up all the time.
He had that covered. During a gamma bomb test, Bruce was caught in the blast zone and absorbed enough radiation to, well, die.
Except
Ha.
he kind of didn't. Well, not permanently. Instead, the bomb opened a door that let Bruce's alternate personality step into the world.
Thus, using his anger, Bruce Banner transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
That's right. What a
The
guy.
Hulk is one of the strongest mother hubbers in all of Marvel.
He can lift a 150 billion ton mountain, shatter asteroids twice the size of Earth, leap into orbit from the ground, and even mess with the fabric of reality by punching.
Oh.
Whatever a time storm is, you bet your ass he can punch it and break time.
What?
Hulk's absurd power is tied to his rage. The angrier he gets, the stronger he becomes.
And according to almighty gods like the Beyonder,
Uh-huh.
the dude's got no known upper limit. Though,
Oh.
to be fair, his body can't always keep up and will revert to Banner under too much pressure.
Oh.
Or too many puppies.
Oh.
Emotions like rage are governed by an
That's
area
it.
of the brain known
It's a
as
good
the
way to reverse
hypothalamus,
that.
which controls Bruce's transformation. If it's damaged, his life could be put in jeopardy, like when Hawkeye pierced it with a special arrow Bruce himself designed.
Oh.
Good thing the Hulk's a total tank who can keep fighting for days on end. Nothing short of literal gods are strong enough to take him down.
When he does take damage, his body can heal almost instantly.
Wow.
Even if his flesh has been vaporized or he's been cut into literal pieces.
I did not know that.
The Hulk can adapt to any environment imaginable, whether that's just straight up holding energy or surviving the depths of space.
He's even battled the warrior god Thor, who has thousands of years of combat experience and is fast enough to cross the universe in about 5 seconds. Nearly 300 quadrillion times the speed of light.
No
So they're
wonder
not
the
saying
world's
he
so
is that
scared
fast,
of
but
him.
he
He's
fought
a green
Thor
apple
at that
flavored
speed?
behemoth of destruction with the mind of a cranky 4-year-old.
And
While the
presumably
classic
did well?
Savage Hulk persona may be a childish brute, there are several, maybe even thousands of other personalities cooped up within Banner's shattered psyche.
Really?
Joe Fixit is a street smart bouncer. Doc Green is a super genius.
What?
And the Devil Hulk is the father figure Bruce never had.
I had no
Second
idea
only
there
to
were
the Hulk
other
Emporium
Hulk
in Bruce's
personalities.
brain. We got your Dark Hulk, Mindless Hulk, Hulk Squared, and Claw, which is
Claw.
basically just Sad Hulk. It's kind of dumb.
Despite seeing his human half as weak, Hulk and Bruce would finally unite against a cruel, uncaring world under a new persona, the Green Scar.
He brought a world war
Oh.
to Earth and tore the superhero community a new asshole. And by finally letting go of puny Banner, the Hulk became the unstoppable force everyone's always feared. A world breaker.
I
World
see.
is underselling it. The Savage Hulk once obliterated an entire universe with a thunderclap and bloodied Hyperion with a single punch. The same Hyperion who survived the collision of 2 universes unscathed. Which begs the question, how much more powerful is the Hulk at his maximum?
So he destroyed
this
a
one's
universe.
all on me, Wiz. So Hulk was once with this chick, Umar, ruler of the Dark Dimension.
Okay.
Spooky. Hulk could only match her strength for 6 minutes, but he made up for it in round 2 when he came back as the Green Scar and kept Hulk smashing for hours. It's likely they went until dawn. That's a 12-hour session of Hulk smashing at most. My man.
Are we still
Well,
talking
that would
fighting?
make the Green Scar 120 times stronger than the Savage Hulk. Multiplying that by the energy of the 2 colliding universes would yield 960 duovigintillion joules.
I don't know what
That's just a
duovigintillion is.
ridiculous number. All that from a single battle?
Battle? Oh, sweet summer child, Wiz. That's not the kind of smashing I meant.
You've got to be kidding me.
I think I just invented a new field of science.
That's what
The
I was
science
wondering.
of the Now, you might be thinking this gamma stuff is nuts, and you're right, because it's Satan magic.
So, it turns out
What?
gamma is actually directly connected to energy from hell.
What?
Drawn from Marvel's ultimate satanic being, the One Below All. By
Really?
using his powers, the Hulk is literally channeling the devil.
It's also what kept him alive all these years. Every time Bruce dies, his soul is sent to hell and can resurrect. Once returned to the world, his body will heal from whatever killed him. The dude literally can't die.
And after a journey into the lowest plane of hell, the Hulk even faced off against the One Below All and the ghost of his father.
In the
Oh.
greatest therapy session of all time, he thunderclapped those 2 assholes to smithereens.
Good.
Talk about cathartic. From one man with crippling daddy issues to another. Well done, sir.
I'm sorry,
What else
Boomstick.
can you say but incredible?
Yeah, I knew Hulk was insanely powerful. I didn't know that
The
much.
Saiyans.
I think
a brutal
Broly has a
alien
lot on his
race,
plate, you know.
Interstellar conquerors.
And giant monkey men.
Of
These
course.
famous warriors are defined by 3 things: their tenacity, their pride, and their rage.
It was always weird to me when they
fuels their
used weapons like
world-destroying
knives.
power.
And no Saiyan can get even close
like-
to his pissed off ass.
How
Broly.
strong would that weapon have to be for you to do
Despite
anything with
being
it
of
without
low
it breaking?
birth, the infant Broly was considered a prodigy by Saiyan scientists due to his
Well, yeah,
impossibly
the
high
legendary
power level
Super
of
Saiyan.
10,000. Enough
It's
to
over
survive
9,000,
a
wow.
planetary explosion.
What? Over 9,000? All right, I'm sorry, I got it out of my
Everyone
system.
had to,
Anyway,
right? It had to be
baby
done
Broly
once.
was growing up nice and happy.
I had
until he
to.
was driven insane by baby Goku's incessant crying.
Wait, that's Dragon Ball Z,
Everyone
Broly.
complains that this is the lamest backstory ever. But have you played Yoshi's Island?
I have played Yoshi's Island.
Ah, nope, make it stop.
That's the original story, but with
Okay.
the new movie,
Yeah.
that's no longer canon. However, despite developing different personalities, both of these Brolys are essentially the same character in different situations.
The 2018 one is our primary source here, but we'll look at the original and similar Saiyans like Kale for more info.
Whether it be
I mean,
jealousy
Kale
for
is
his
like
own
the
son
analog.
or genuine fear of Broly's potential, Vegeta, the king, not the prince,
But if they're
abandoned
pulling
Broly to a hellish
stuff from
backwater
Z,
planet
that
to
can't
die,
be as
with
powerful.
only his father Paragus as company.
Just in time for
Asparagus,
Vegeta to get
fun.
nuked. The planet, not the king. Well, I guess the king too. All thanks to the alien tyrant Frieza. Nice job getting rid of your crazy strong Saiyan, baby. Idiot.
Ironically, after decades of isolation, Broly and Paragus were found by Frieza and drafted into his army to eliminate the Saiyans on Earth.
Wait, sorry,
Goku
how long did
and
they live?
Vegeta, the prince, not the planet, or the king.
Thing is, Broly's not like the angry Saiyans. This guy's a gentle giant who would rather play with his big green alien
So he's more
dog
like
than fight anybody.
Kappa and them?
Paragus molded Broly into a deadly warrior whether he liked it or not. Like most Saiyans, Broly can harness Ki, or one's inner life force, as an energy to enhance his physicality.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
fire it from his hands in a super laser beam.
Of course.
Broly's bread and butter is his eraser cannon, a green fastball that'll cross thousands of miles in seconds and vaporize planets.
He can barf lasers with his gigantic roar,
Yeah.
shower the landscape with blaster meteor, or just straight murder people with his gigantic orgasm.
Gigantic Omega Storm.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yes, it
I'm gonna
does.
rename my dick that.
His most powerful technique, though, is a small Ki bolt that Broly can feed to rapidly grow in size and consume entire worlds. The Omega Blaster.
Broly's arsenal isn't just blowing stuff up, though. He can use his Ki for flight, telekinesis, and paralysis.
Despite being stuck in the space boonies all his life, he's an adaptable fighter who can match seasoned veterans.
Basically, he learns as he fights. And while most
That's a good
Saiyans
skill to
get
have.
stronger every time they almost die, the Bromeister's strength is tied to his emotions. AKA,
Oh.
the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets.
I didn't know that.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
These power boosts are so great, he can match transformations like the Super Saiyan without even needing to transform.
But
Wow.
don't worry, he can do that too. His wrath state roids him up and makes him as strong as a Saiyan great ape without all the fur.
Oh,
Or
cool.
the shedding.
Much to Frieza's chagrin, though, Broly had never learned to unlock Super Saiyan and could not compete with Goku and Vegeta's stronger forms.
Solution? Murder Broly's dad to get him to transform.
Frieza, that's so rude.
Despite the physical abuse he suffered at his father's hands, Paragus was still the only family Broly had, and losing that drove him over the edge.
That's basically what happened to me when my dad lived. Except I turned into a super alcoholic.
That was
Although Broly didn't turn
That was
into
the
a
joke I
typical
was gonna
Super
make.
Saiyan.
You're welcome.
Broly's new form was actually a Super Saiyan C type. This is an unleashed version of the repressed Super Saiyan A type, which are both precursors of the B type.
Daddy, you're going out for cigarettes again? Okay, I'll see you when you get back. Goodbye. Goodbye. I love you.
Hey,
What?
are you paying
Poor
attention?
baby boomstick.
The Super Saiyan Vitamin C form has the perfect energy control and let him wail on Frieza for over an hour.
I don't know anything about
This time
ABC. I didn't know that was a
wail
thing.
As in fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Broly's power was so immense, it even made Goku, of all people, turn tail and run.
Goku was able to clash
And that
with
was
Lord
blue.
Beerus with enough force to potentially destroy all of Universe 7, a humongous cosmic structure shown in this symbolic model.
Making the Dragon Ball universe 9 times larger than our own. Based on this, the shockwaves from their clash propagated 240 quadrillion times faster than light.
And after that, Goku became that powerful in his base form.
but he didn't-
Imagine how much stronger he was at Super Duper Pooper
It just-
Super Saiyan.
The
Or when
shockwave
fused with Vegeta
went
into
across the universe,
almighty
right?
Gogeta,
They
a
didn't
being
almost
many times
destroy
more
it with
powerful than the
that.
sum
Did
of its
they?
parts.
Broly got into a dick measuring contest with a friggin' Super Saiyan squared and shattered reality.
And at the peak of his rage, he became the Warrior of Myth, destined to appear once every 1,000 years. The legendary Super Saiyan.
As a broccoli-haired freak, legendary Broly's power is so great that he needs to constantly let it out, or else he might self-destruct.
Oh.
I guess you could say his power is maximum.
He's easily among the strongest foes Goku's gone up against. That includes beings capable of shaking an infinite void just by powering up, or merging with the universe and affecting alternate timelines.
In his original timeline, the Brawl survived his energy exploding out of him all at once, and in canon he took dozens of attacks from Gogeta Blue without any visible damage after fighting for hours.
His power comes at a cost, though. In his Berserker state, Broly is wide open against an opponent who's just as strong, but far more skilled.
And after taking enough damage, his rage will hit its limits, and his power will fizzle out quick.
I'm just trying to
Even
compare
get
the two
knocked into
already.
Weaker forms.
Broly did lose his fight with Gogeta fair and square, but with new friends at his side to support him and a new rival to teach him to temper his fury, the lonely Saiyan outcast finally got what his father could never give him: a family.
Aww.
Aw. But that means he has even more to lose, so watch out because this Super Saiyan's temper is legendary.
Fair. Yeah, this Broly does seem a lot better than Z Broly from what I know of the
That's
two.
our set. We've run the data through
Alright,
all
well, here we go.
possibilities.
It's time for a death battle and pause. Okay, like, so I still do think that Hulk is going to win. Like, Broly in Super was more powerful than I had thought, because I knew he appeared in Super, you know. I didn't know at what point, though, and so I didn't know, like, who he had gone up against. You know, the fact that not only did it wasn't Super Saiyan Red, you know, it wasn't Super Saiyan God, it wasn't Super Saiyan Blue, it was Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, you know? And so that's Goku and Vegeta in their fusion dance. And so, like, that is really powerful, you know, to go up against him. Something to consider, though, is that I think they said he lost fair and square to Gogeta, right? I think that was one thing. And then also, I just don't think still that adds up to what Hulk was able to, like, survive or, you know, dish out himself. Like, when he was able to hurt the guy who was unfazed by two universes colliding, I just think that's saying something. And it's like, yeah, Broly has all of these, like, planet-busting key attacks, but when Hulk can cause a shockwave with a clap that destroys the universe, and that's a clap, you know? I just think that Hulk can do more. Like, not only that, but, so Broly, I think, has way more experience, you know? Way more experience. But, it seems to me like Hulk would have more varied experience, and that Hulk is definitely more intelligent, you know? If we're going with Green Scar, where, like, as far as I understand it, like, Banner's intelligence, or the intelligence of other Hulk personalities, I don't know. But the point is, intelligence is there, right? Like actually a formal education and a really good one, you know, multiple PhD kind of thing, on top of, like, the battle expertise. Whereas Broly, he didn't have that stuff. Grew up in the space boonies, you know? So it's like, yeah, he's a natural born fighter and he's worked super hard at it, but, and then you compare the healing factors of the two, right? And Hulk seemed to have a better healing factor, where if pieces of him were cut off, he'd grow it back. If he had a hole torn through his chest, he'd just grow it back. If his skin were all melted off, he'd just grow it back, you know? Like, does Broly also have a healing factor? I think to an extent, is what they said. But, they didn't talk about the same sorts of things. So, to me, it just and too, we also have that, Hulk had fought against, you know, like, Thor, who was super speedy and, like, caught the Silver Surfer mid-flight, and Silver Surfer flying on a, you know, surfboard is incredibly fast, right? So Hulk is not a stranger to these kinds of, like, super-powered battles, you know? Nor is he a stranger to, like, long-lasting battles, you know? His endurance is phenomenal. Broly's is too, yes, but I'm just saying the Hulk doesn't, like, he's not losing in that department, I don't think. So really, I just think that the Hulk has more going for him. Yes, Broly, I think, has more versatility because of his, like, the physical capabilities and the key powers. But I just think that Hulk is stronger, more durable, better healing, just generally more capable than Broly. So let's see if I'm right. The Hulk is going to win this one and play. Yawn. So this Broly's much more of, like, an Android 16 kind of character. Like, compassionate, nature-loving, that sort of thing.
Hey, spiky hair man. What's this puny planet?
Because they already had like lovable giants as Android 16.
Scared them away.
Oh,
Making me angry.
he didn't mean to do that. He didn't mean to scare them.
Won't like me when I'm angry. Show me.
He makes the Hulk look short. From Avengers.
Disappointed.
I'm gonna need some more from the sound design though. It's not the music I was expecting to go with something like this. Kill him, Hulk! Prove to me you're better! Oh, he'll be fine. It's fine.
Just incredible. Hulk is immortal.
He just grabs it back.
Monster? No, the devil!
There's Legendary Super Saiyan. There's his mouth cannon. Oh, angry boy. What, you gonna blow up the planet? Hulk's adaptable. He could survive in space if he needed to. Oh, I thought that shockwave would travel and hit Broly. I mean, realistically, I think it would have. I don't believe that would kill him.
You're strong. Hulk, strongest there is.
Wait, what? Did he just like jump through it?
Yes, show me. Break the world. Break everything.
Well, Broly's not quitting either. They're just like smashing realities with their faces.
Throat sore.
All right, I was wrong.
It's just in. Breaking news. Local area Saiyan literally too angry to die.
The Hulk had numerous advantages over Broly. He was far more experienced, slightly faster, and potentially smarter depending on which Hulk was in charge.
But since the Hulk's fight for control in Bruce's mind, it wasn't guaranteed he'd get one of the geniuses. Still, his healing factor was nuts. Broly wasn't gonna put him down with anything less than complete annihilation.
Fortunately for Broly, compared to his unbelievable power, the Hulk came up short.
I know
Really?
what you're thinking. Hulk could destroy a universe 120 times over, while Goku could only manage a lowly 9.
But that was base Goku's strength. Broly's maximum, no pun intended, was far greater. Let's lay down some numbers.
As a legendary Super Saiyan, Broly was stronger than Super Saiyan Gogeta and took hits from Gogeta Blue without even bleeding.
Based on the Daizenshuu, the blonde Super Saiyan 3 form is about 400 times greater than Goku's base.
Okay.
Applied to Goku's new base in Dragon Ball Super, he would already be 30 times more powerful than World Breaker Hulk.
Really?
And that's before factoring in Super Saiyan Blue and Gogeta, which are way stronger
Yeah,
than Super Saiyan
no, they are.
With this in mind, legendary Super Saiyan Broly is thousands, possibly millions of times stronger than the World Breaker we've seen.
Okay,
While
fair.
the Hulk's strength can keep increasing, so will Broly's, and it's unlikely he'd be able to catch up before being overwhelmed. After all, there have been multiple times when the strain on Hulk's body turned him back into Banner.
With that big of a power difference, there's no way the same wouldn't happen here. Even
If
stuff
it-
like
yeah, if it's
breaking
hundreds of
space
times,
and
for
time
sure.
is nothing
Yeah.
new to Broly and other Dragon Ball characters.
And don't misunderstand the Hulk's encounter with the One Below All. There's no evidence he directly overpowered actual Satan, just dispersed his cloudy avatar.
Hulk even said he was just doing that to buy time.
Broly's flight allowed him greater maneuverability and area control, plus he could attack at a distance with Ki. When Hulk did close that gap, Broly's force field and paralysis protected him up close.
And it's unlikely Hulk could land a lucky fatal blow, considering Broly took hits from Gogeta Blue, who's millions of times stronger than the World Breaker.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
That leads us to our last and most important question. Could Broly bypass Hulk's immortality to put him down and take the win? Surprisingly, yes.
Whenever the Hulk or Bruce die, his healing factor kicks in to fix whatever wound killed him in the first place.
Meaning he still needs some element of his physical body that can heal itself in order to come back to life. The hypothalamus is key to this. Once it was destroyed by Hawkeye and his special arrow, Bruce took months to come back from the dead. With Broly's incredible power, there was no doubt he could vaporize Hulk and leave nothing left to heal.
Yeah, that makes
Like,
sense.
Basically every Dragon Ball Z fight ever.
The Hulk was an incredible opponent, but the legendary Super Saiyan's boundless power, arena control, range of techniques, and Saiyan Rage spelled the end for the not-so-jolly Green Giant.
This incredible fight was insane.
Nice.
The winner is Broly.
Claps for Broly. Cool. Oh, hello, Boomstick. Hello, dummy.
Boomstick. A strange green man in a zoot suit left a letter for you.
Oh, sounds legit. Give me. Dad?
Thank you so
It
much. for
just
watching
ends
this
like
season
that.
Finale to one of the honestly best years we've ever had. And next season, we'll be celebrating 10 years of Death
10
Battle
years.
with some of the biggest and wildest episodes we've ever done.
Cool. Cool, all right. All right, well, mark that on your calendars. March 7th, 2021, everybody. Okay, but yeah, there's no next time to talk about, so let's talk about this death battle. I was wrong, which is unfortunate, but I just severely underestimated Broly. I did. Because, you know, once they gave numbers about just how powerful Broly was, but, you know, because I knew Gogeta Blue, but I didn't know how Gogeta Blue compared to other things, you know? But thinking about it, like, well, here's part of my thing, because I thought a little bit about it, right? Like, I knew that he was stronger than the Goku that when Goku punched Beerus, you know, the shockwave. But, like, again, I didn't think that didn't destroy the universe, right? In that show, didn't it just travel that fast? I didn't think it blew the universe up, and maybe it didn't, but you know, so if a shockwave moving across the universe and something destroying a universe are two very different things, right? And so I at least was under the understanding that it didn't destroy that universe, it just traveled across the universe, and the point of that was just to show how powerful the hit itself was, but not that it destroyed everything. If it destroyed everything, obviously that's way more powerful. And I was not thinking along those lines. And so I was thinking that, you know, Gogeta Blue would be more powerful than, you know, that feat, but you know, when I wasn't even thinking about it destroying a universe, yeah, I also didn't think that he was like that many times more powerful than the Hulk. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree. Once they gave those, you know, that explanation, like, I don't disagree. So I'm not upset about the battle, but you know, it's always a little disappointing to get things wrong. But I've gotten most of them right this season. So hey, you know, like, if I have to take a loss, I think this was a good one to take a loss on. And you know, I do like Broly, even though I've never seen him in the show. I like him more than I like the Hulk, frankly. So, yay! Broly won! So that was good. I liked the animation for the battle, but I didn't love the sound. Like, neither the sound design nor the music, honestly. And don't get me wrong, like, the music was good. It was good music, but I didn't think it was particularly fitting. I don't know. It didn't pull me in personally into the fight, you know? Like, that's something I would listen to in much different circumstances. Or it's one of those things that you might have in a fight, but like, you know, you have like the dark music first to build up the tension, and then when the heroes are on the rise, that's when you have something like this, right? Like, it seemed more like that kind of thing. And so just to have that, it was weird to me. And then I just thought the sound design, especially when you're dealing with these two, you know, like titans, right? I just found it kind of weak. Like the punches didn't seem that impactful just based upon the sound that, you know, everything made. And so those are the two things that I personally would have preferred to be different, the sound design and the music that was playing during the fight. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of people love that stuff about this death battle, and so in that case, you know, more power to you. I'm just saying what I personally think I would have enjoyed a little bit more. Also nice to get that little teaser about Boomstick's dad. That bit of the analysis was funny when, you know, like, Wiz is talking and Boomstick's just going back through those memories. And so to have that and then at the end have the dad thing, like, that was good. To introduce the idea first so it didn't just kind of come out of nowhere. Because aside from that earlier moment in the analyses, when his dad came up, I don't think he'd come up since Red versus Blue. At least, you know, not in the same capacity. And not in the same capacity either since Meta versus Carolina, I think. So, yeah, it was fun. And I'm assuming they're going to do more with that in the next season, but we'll have to wait and see. So I think that's all I have to say. Let me know what you thought about this death battle in the comments below, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. And next time, we will be watching the first episode of the next season of Death Battle, because I'm not sure what it is. I'll find out. Y'all don't need to tell me. I'll find out. I'm just saying that as of recording, I don't know what it is, but yeah, plan for it next weekend, assuming that nothing gets in the way. So yes, with that, we're calling it here. Have a good one, everybody.